Hi, my name is Mary Grahams and today I'm going to speak on print media in the digital age. Print media in particular has changed dramatically in the last 20 years, increasingly so since the advent of Web 2.0. This has revolutionized how information is now published and consumed, though for some, traditional print media will always have a special place. However, since the advent of Web 2.0, the media industry has seen the benefits of a much larger customer base, as much of today's audience has moved to become digital consumers instead. Further to this also, it has opened the door to many would-be writers, designers and media content creators. So what does the future hold for traditional print media industry? To discuss this, I will reflect on the print industry prior to 2.0 and look at where traditional media stands in today's world. The traditional print media industry is a vibrant and colourful culture in which literally hundreds of millions of books, posters, papers and magazines have been produced by hand and print press over hundreds of years. The industry survived even in bleak times with figures growing annually. Even in times of war, newspapers and posters were printed endlessly to keep the masses informed, and indeed they were considered the most trusted sources of information. Prior to 1900 only, though, those who were considered affluent could afford such luxuries. The industry lived precariously at times as it relied on advertising and subscription revenues. Often, the expense of the printing press meant circulation was limited to particular geographical locations. However, as the 19th century progressed, thanks in part to the Industrial Revolution and the explosion of employment among the younger masses, the production of print media, books, magazines and newspapers seen a massive increase. The establishment of consumer brand names helped in no small way to sell the modern newspaper and magazine. Indeed, the magazine was considered to be the handmaidens of the marketing system at present. The producers of many types of goods also were availing of the print media platform to advertise and sell their goods. So publishers then began to realize that this particular media print could be a vehicle to showcase merchandise. As the 19th century was drawing to a close, technological advances were beginning to take shape. Leisure time now was being taken up with browsing the World Wide Web, this new source of information. This also seen the advent of Web 2.0. So, what is Web 2.0? This was a term coined by Darcy Denucci in her 1999 article on Fragmented Future. She was one of the first people to see the glimmerings of change in how the World Wide Web could be identified and used in the future. 5 years later, in 2004, Timothy O'Reilly popularized this term with the first Web 2.0 conference in San Francisco. This term continues to be used to refer to the ever-changing web. To give a brief example of the difference in Web 1.0 and 2.0, simply put, Web 0 functioned really as a static outlet for information. Web 2 now functions as a dynamic application to be used to program, update and edit, with the user now acting as the contributor. In today's era of Web 2.0, mainstream worldwide users are interactive, communicating and exchanging ideas and information among their peers. Many believe that 2.0 allows for openness, organization and community, where content publishers are responding by creating platforms instead of just content. Increasingly, though, users rather than developers are creating the content in such places as Wikipedia, MySpace, Facebook and YouTube. Print media in its present form consists of two fields, that is, publishing and printing. It is a relatively varied industry, consisting of periodical newspapers, magazines, books, including guides and journals. Small companies dominate the print media sector in numerical terms. However, large publishers hold the main newspapers and magazines in most countries. With the onset of Web 2.0, the traditional media as the sole champion of authority is being challenged. The print media industry is in a period of transformation, where an old media system is fast disappearing and the new media system is evolving ever faster. Read-only culture is now giving way and merging into a dynamic and interactive culture, where a society that was previously hooked on traditional media is embracing a more complicated media landscape, where the ordinary citizen now has the ability to control the media. Media at present is widely represented in digital forms. Many stories from across platforms, news, social, etc., are communicated in text, written, or in audio. These are often delivered with images, both still and animated, sometimes even coupled with sounds. These are supplemented to the videos that's produced. Print technology is used to shape the printed word with still images, while electronic media form presents this information to its consumers interactively. Traditional books and articles which use print as their base technology are now available in e-book format, and these are often read using devices which can store hundreds of virtual books. So print media has undergone dramatic changes with the introduction of increasingly advanced technologies. The relative restructuring and reorganization of production processes and the need to create conditions of economic stability are the key issues for companies in the print media sector. Publishers are attempting to combat diminishing reader interest by online publication and the introduction of mobile apps and using social media to their advantage. With the meteoric rise of social media sites such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, many commentators have claimed that we are now entering a new age in which web pages grab the attention of the viewer in 10 seconds or less. But by experimenting with different methods of keeping readers interested, the news industry is working tirelessly to keep its delivery format alive. However, because most print media receive the majority of their profits from advertising and subscription, some of the most distinguished newspapers have found themselves struggling for cash. In this regard, some newspapers have instituted paywalls in an attempt to gain revenue by preventing page visitors from accessing their content without a paid subscription. The demand for in-depth media reporting still remains as strong as ever. The only change is that innovation is the key for newspapers to remain relevant in today's technological savvy world. So, what does the future hold for the print media industry? Traditional print media will have a reduced presence on bookshelves and stands. The immediate effect of this will be reduced profit margins. One notable difference by the media industry is the introduction of competitions by publications to keep their audience. The regular giveaway prizes such as cars and getaway holidays has become the norm in an effort to retain readership, and this has prompted many online users to pay for the content. The key issues that continue to hamper the media print industry is the need to adapt their business model to help them operate more efficiently. As the market conditions continue to be tough, the offerings by print management service organizations are very appealing to the large, medium, and even small due to its total package of customer services and activities. The print industry serves a very wide range of customers and is viewed as a bellwether for trends in the economy as a whole. The print industry serves all parts of the economy, but by far the largest single market is the production of advertising literature. One of the major threats to the print media industry is the digital display printing. This is the future from traditional media printed products where home produced or imported. There is no doubt that the growth of electronic media, including that available through the internet, is the single most important threat to the traditional printing media industry. However, it is not all doom and gloom, for the development of variable data printing where print jobs are linked to information held on databases may afford opportunities for printers to become involved in managing data on behalf of customers. In conclusion, many historians will suggest that print was instrumental in bringing about the major skills in science, religion, and politics, and that all modes of thought are associated with culture in the developed world. Print, along with spoken language and electronic media, is one of the key historical shifts in communication, and while it's not envisaged that we will see the demise of print media anytime soon, there is definitely a seismic shift in how media is produced and published. Having interactive media coalesce with the old-fashioned media print is a brilliant strategy, and together they will have the collective experience and energy to make online media more reliable and better than ever.